This episode is brought to you by Bringing Disco Back. I'm reviving it, bitch.
This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by The Apocalypse, coming Christmas 2020.
Yes.
This is real garbage.
Hold on. They might have stopped.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think we're in the clear. What time is it? Wait.
7:34.
34 minutes of bagpipes.
Yeah.
Why? For what? I thought it was just part of the 7 o'clock noise because people are still doing that. And I actually didn't... It hasn't been very loud around here at 7 o'clock recently. I was sitting outside smoking some weed.
People are like, COVID's over.
Well, yeah, but tonight it was just woo. That's when the bagpipes first came out, and there was just pots and pans and people.
Probably
because
because there's one confirmed case on the island again.
Yeah.
Now.
You get the bagpipes are going again. 35 minutes, and we endure.
How have you not passed out by now?
People, I don't even think our listeners can hear it.
God, go eat some haggis.
There's something about the way they breathe, though. I think they just like because it's just like a. I think you're filling the instrument full of air, aren't you? So you're always just kind of.
But you're filling. True.
Taking a breath, and it's still. I don't know. We should look up. Look up. I'll put on the list. I'll look up how bagpipes work because when you see people playing them, the sound is constant, but they're going like.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're taking a breath.
Did you ever see that Friends episode where Ross was learning bagpipes for Monica and Chandler's wedding, and Phoebe's like, and like nobody can keep their shit together, and like Jennifer Aniston in the cut that was on air was like trying not. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I have not seen that one. I was Seinfeld.
It's so good.
I was Seinfeld.
Oh.
See, there was Seinfeld and Friends.
I watched Friends.
You should watch Seinfeld.
All I know about Seinfeld is no soup for you.
That's one episode of 10. Yeah, 10 seasons. 24 episodes a season.
Oh no, I also know the one where they get stuck in the parking lot.
Purple 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have used you. It's a great show, and it still holds up to this day. Like, that's how good it is. You watch an episode now, and it's like, yep, it's still funny, still hilarious.
Wow.
Just the awkwardness of it, and then you roll into Curb Your Enthusiasm after that, and it's even more like cringy sometimes.
And then The Office.
Oh, The Office is great. Okay, you know the neighbor that brought me the package that just fucking bagpipes.
That just had your package.
Yeah, I realized today that he looks a lot like John Lithgow.
Oh.
I don't want to jump into the movie yet. I'm just making this. I'm just saying this because like he does. I got him like smiling, and when he smiled, I was like, "Whoa!"
You're like Lord Farquaad. Is that you?
It's Dick from Third Rock. What's up, Solomon? You ever watch Third Rock from the Sun? That one. Yeah, I don't think you'd appreciate it. Like it was airing in 98, 99, or 2000.
I'd appreciate Joseph Gordon-Levitt though.
He was great. He was great in it because he was the oldest alien inhabiting the youngest body. So he was like a 78 or 80-year-old alien because they're all you familiar with the premise of the show?
No.
They're all aliens. They're aliens in human bodies. They explain that in the first episode, and then you're just watching this group of aliens, this crew of aliens inhabit this family.
I always wondered, okay, that makes sense because I always wondered why is it called Third Rock from the Sun? Because that's Earth, but like
yeah. The opening of the first episode, there's like the four of them sitting in this red convertible kind of looking at each other, and they're like, all right. So then like mission briefing. And they just like, it's hilarious. But it's the acting, it's like theater on TV.
Oh.
Because it was in the late 90s. So it's like theater on TV. It's very overdramatic. Because like Dick Solomon's character is just hilarious. Very, very outgoing is putting it lightly. He's a crazy character.
I feel like it's getting closer because I can hear the drum now.
Oh, there's
It's
a
so
drum
much
now.
louder.
Oh, there was no drum before though. Oh, you know what's happening? It's like almost.
Is it
like
a parade?
It's almost like a hippie jam band festival. They're just like, oh, the pipes are out, eh? Well, I better get my drum. Dusts it off, carries it out there, give it a couple of boom, boom, boom test taps.
The last time, like we were snowed in last year in February, my grandpa.
That was awesome.
He like family's like Irish and Scottish, and he got this Celtic drum, and he was like YouTubing how to play it, but I was snowed in, and he's just like do 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 on this drum, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go crazy.
That's when you should have just started freestyling over it.
Yeah, I should have been like,
I'm about to fucking go crazy over here. It's like, all right, cool.
well, he would
I'm
like,
gonna murder my grandpa over here. Shut the fucking drum down. Shut the fucking drum down. Old man gonna die. Clap, clap.
well, like he has this knack of like when my grandma and I are watching a show, he'll just like he'll answer the phone and he'll be walking in front of the TV in the living room on the phone, and he won't go to another room, or he'll like get his drum and he'll walk around and he'll be like walking in the living room and he'll be like doo, 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 and my grandma and I are like, go away, we're watching a show. Like, it's like he's doing it on purpose, and he'll be like, oh, they look really into that, and he'll be like, do, 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 do. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm gonna lose it.
He's just waiting for you guys to jump in. We were talking about this on another episode where someone like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Where it's just you get the drum going, and he's just waiting for someone to be like, oh, yeah. Just start harmonizing and shit. And that's all he wants. Maybe is he musical at all? Is he playing a cool beat at least?
No.
No.
He's like,
That's like my boss. He whistles little chunks of songs and just whistles them over and over again all day. I'm like, how do you do this? Why?
I can't. They're totally getting closer.
I heard the drum that time. All of a sudden,
I'm like,
episode
in your
101.
patio.
The band attacks. Get out of the living room. Get down to the ground. Boom, 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 boom.
Bashes your head into the drum.
We were murdered, but with drumsticks.
I feel like, okay, I don't know if this is a phenomenon or something, but whenever I'm like listening to music that like the bass line is so like crisp and heavy and you can hear it, I feel like my heart syncs up with it.
Well, yeah, because it's a primal thing,
like,
Katie. Bass speaks to us on a
yes,
subliminal level.
my grandma
Like a molecular level, I think.
yeah,
Because go to a music festival. Oh, I think I went to Shambhala 3 years straight. Because the sound systems are just.
I just bass.
Oh,
Bass gets
Bass.
me
Oh,
slapping a
yeah,
bass.
Pumping bass, bro.
But yeah, I could literally just listen to like a bass line.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like you need to at some point in your life, you're in your mid-20s, at some point before you're 40, go to a music festival, an electronic music festival, if we're ever allowed to ever again.
Yeah.
Because it is an amazing experience. It really is. And if you don't know until you go to one.
Yeah.
And you do a little bit of mushrooms and you fucking just smoke a little bit of weed and just go dance. Like I dropped acid and danced for 12 hours one day.
They stopped. For how long? It's been 44 minutes.
Starts playing In the Air Tonight. Like, whoa, play that again.
Yeah. The bagpipes are like. I'm pretty sure. There we go.
Ah!
I'm pretty sure
They
Brandon
just want us to
and
go
I.
over there and sing.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the bagpipes and they're playing the song again.
Here we go, but now we have the bass. Get fucking lit. We're Scottish. We love sheep intestine and fucking Scotch. Bam, bam, ba-dam, bing, 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 bing. Tonight we have a hot guy on the show. Outlander, he's Scottish and fucking hot.
Who?
The show Outlander. Jamie, he's Scottish and hot as
I've
fuck.
never seen Outlander.
Okay, well, honestly, Outlander is it's a book series, but they turned it into a TV series, obviously. But it's about this woman who is married in like the 1940s after World War II. She was a World War II nurse. And her husband, who got married during the war, finally go on their honeymoon to Scotland. And she goes to these like standing stones and she touches them. And then she travels back in time against her will to 1784 or something when the Brits and the Scots are fighting. And she gets rescued by Jamie from this guy, Jack Black Randall, who is the ancestor of her husband in 1945, and he's a bad guy. So it's like a weird dynamic, but she gets rescued by the Scot Jamie, and in order to protect her, like they get married so nobody fucks with, Jamie's wife or whatever, but they fall in love, and it's this like time traveling love, but it's kinky as fuck. The first episode is filled with like oral and sex and
what network is it on?
Showcase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Showcase.
But like the chemistry between like the guy who plays Jamie and the one who plays Claire is just it's so good.
It's nice when you see good, like when you watch a program and it's like, oh, there's a program.
A program.
What program are you watching?
Give me the program. I need to see who plays it.
When you're watching a show of some sort or a movie, and there's just great chemistry. Like I always appreciate Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
Yes, in La La Land,
and
Crazy
Stupid Love.
Yeah.
You're wearing that dress like it's doing you a favor. I probably got that backwards. I don't know. I don't even know what he says there. I'm wearing that dress like you're doing it a favor. Maybe that's it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So smooth. Fucking bagpipes.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I know. 47 minutes straight.
They're never gonna stop.
No.
Do you want to talk about Cliffhanger?
Yeah.
Okay. This movie, I watched it a ton. We had it on VHS, so it was like one in the home farm collection. And I watched the shit out of this movie, and I loved it. So I threw this in my jar because I'm thinking, okay, maybe it probably didn't hold up. Like I probably just thought it was amazing when I was a kid. Well, I don't know. What did you think?
I thought like
you've never seen this, right?
I'd never seen it,
Okay.
never heard of it. I didn't think it was bad, and watching it wasn't apparent that like there was bad CGI or bad effects. Like it all looked like it was shot on location, which was cool.
It was.
Okay, that's what I thought. That
was-
made it good.
It was. Oh yeah, I went deep into the trivia on this.
Me last episode, I'm like
I
Palpatine.
got pages, 4 pages.
But the thing with this movie, like, I didn't hate it. I didn't not enjoy it. I just thought I found myself a lot of the times like zoning out and being bored and like having to go back, and I'm like, what the fuck did he do? Like that car's like, shut the fuck up.
The car just slid into where the band is. It's like, I got the bass line, guys. Boop, 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 boop. Whir, whir.
But yeah, like I just found this, like, I appreciated the movie and I appreciated a lot of things, but I found myself being like,
Okay, it's interesting. Well, because I think that's a testament to my generation and your generation, because like you've had so much more information thrown at you and so many more options than this. Like, what are you going to be like? I'm going to watch 1993 box office hit Cliffhanger.
I also was expecting from the name Cliffhanger, because we know like cliffhanger endings and shit, like they're full of suspense and you're like, I have to wait till next season or whatever. So like I was expecting this to be like on the edge of my seat, and I was at the very back of my seat.
Well,
I'm like, fall ready.
they're hanging off cliffs, and I have so much.
I knew you
to
would
tear
have
apart
so
about
much
it.
to say about the climbing.
This movie was criticized by climbers around the world because it was so stupid in some parts. You're like, really? No. Climbing in boots up a waterfall with
Yeah.
no ice axe, fuck off. That's not going to happen. Climbing up a mountain in boots.
Yeah.
He's hitting little tiny footholds with the edge of his boot. I'm like, no.
No, sister.
No. But
Stallone's face looked really fucking weird in this one. It looked very asymmetrical, and he looked like he had lip fillers.
this is like, just around the same time he did Demolition Man, or the same year he did Demolition Man. I think it was in 93.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he looks about the same. I think he was just really lean. It
Yeah.
worked out a lot.
Yeah, maybe I'm used to seeing him like Rambo style.
Yeah. Like you're Rambo style and older. I
Yeah.
was like, you probably haven't seen him.
No.
pre-
I saw like
2000.
Rocky, but even then he was like buff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
think he
The
was-
chick who played Jessie in this was cute. And she
Oh.
aged really fucking well.
Janine Turner, I think. her name
Yeah.
was. She used to be on a little show called Northern Exposure in 1990. It aired at like, I don't know,
5
10 o'clock,
a.m.?
10
Oh.
o'clock, 11 o'clock on a Friday for a while. It was about some radio DJ in some northern town. And I can't remember what she was. She worked somewhere and had to interact. But I think she might have been the cop. She might have been the cop.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah.
I saw her and I was like, fuck.
What's up?
You
Was it-
don't. Stallone doesn't deserve
What was
you.
her name? Oh, Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse.
And then Michael Rooker in this, I've only ever seen him as an old dude.
Yeah.
So seeing him young and
He's
not
young.
have gray hair, but still like look the same.
Because he sounds exactly the same.
Yeah. He hasn't changed except for maybe getting a little like broader and having gray hair. But he looks the same, but when I saw him young, I was like, what the fuck?
All right, okay, so I'm going to break down what this movie's about.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen Cliffhanger is a movie about a airplane bank robbery gone awry. And the plane crashes in the mountains. And the people who crash, the criminals that crash in the mountains, get a hold of the Rocky Mountain Rescue team, which consists of Hal, Gabe, and Jesse and Frank. And that's Michael Rooker, Janine Turner, Sylvester Stallone, and whoever the other guy is.
That
So-
creepy guy.
This is horrible. Michael Rooker and Sylvester Stallone get tricked and trapped by the bad guys to go and find the 3 cases of money, $100 million that have been lost in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And an amazing cinematic experience with a body count of 17
Oh shit.
follows this. So yeah, all right. First of all, he wasn't climbing. I don't think he did any of the climbing. He might have
Stallone?
did a little bit of it, but he had this famous guy, Wolfgang
Puck.
Gulick.
Oh.
Wolfgang Gulick doing all of his climbing. I guess he's not alive, right? He's not alive now. I think he
Oh.
might have died climbing. I'm not sure. But he did all the climbing for Stallone in this. And there was one scene, and I don't know if it's the opening scene or not, but when he's like free soloing up that
Oh,
fucking
yep.
roof.
And the opening shot, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you wouldn't do that.
No.
With all that gear on. Like, if you're free soloing, you don't need bolts. And
Yeah.
and it just seemed silly that Hal brought her up to where they climbed. Like, this
I
is my
know.
problem right off the bat. You wouldn't, this woman would not have died
No.
had you not been stupid and taken her there.
Yeah, because they say in the exposition, like, Hal shouldn't have had her up there. She was an experienced climber. Like,
Well, they also go, it's 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet. Climbing at the climbing gym over at Stelly's here, that thing is like 50 feet, I think? No, 90 feet.
that's scary.
But you climb that and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Then you're getting tired.
Yeah.
You're not taking an inexperienced climber 4,000 feet.
No.
That's like multi-pitch climbing. That's
Yeah.
like you got to camp somewhere on that mountain. They didn't even, they wouldn't have even been up there.
No.
It
Nope.
just it was so, this is unnecessary. And then, of course, the
And then
iconic-
her climbing with the stuffed animal. What the fuck?
That poor dog. Apparently, trivia. 'cause I told you. I
Yeah.
researched this shit. So the trivia that dog was added as a last minute addition because the director had it as like it was just hanging around. He was like, I love this little dog. So he put that in the backpack to make sure it fell, so it could show the audience of like what's gonna happen if she falls, because they follow that dog for a while. And I'm
Yeah.
like, she's gonna fucking fall a long way. And
Mm-hmm.
apparently that glove, because his grip was so tight,
Mm-hmm.
that glove just would not slip off for that scene. So they had to do multiple takes. Eventually, she had to wear a glove that was like 3 sizes too big and layered with Vaseline.
Oh my
And
God.
his grip was still, because he's just like, he's holding it, right? And
Yeah.
I guess I don't know why he was holding so tight.
Yeah.
Because he's like, reach up. Just wanted to flex, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause
He's like,
just
look at
all
this.
veins. I'm still on veins. So that then the glove finally came off after like multiple takes. It was crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I got all the trivia.
Yeah.
I wrote a bunch of it down, but I'm like, I actually remember some of this.
But yeah,
Nice.
I was saying to you, like before we started, that I had I've gone my entire life watching Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, thinking that scene was original. I had no idea it was like parodying this, and watching it, like it's literally shot for shot. And it's just a raccoon instead of a woman.
It's so good. It's so good.
Like right down to the exact same equipment failing and like where it fails. Like, fuck those clips.
Well, that's why I cut that Ace Ventura cliffhanger.
I just thought it conveniently like.
Nope. I'm like, if you watch that again now, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, Ace Ventura, cliffhanger, Ace Ventura.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. It works so well.
No, I just thought you dubbed cliffhanger audio over the scene in Ace Ventura and then like threw Michael Rooker in there.
No, you didn't see Stallone? Like, no.
No, I did, but like I thought you would like mash that like yeah.
Oh no, I edited that perfectly. So yeah, Sarah dies. She's useless. Okay,
Yeah.
here's another piece
Ugh.
of evidence of why she wasn't a good climber. A good climber would have had her feet up over that cable, scooting across.
Yeah, not just sitting in the harness.
And
Yeah.
also, if she was an experienced climber and that clip had broke, her first instinct would have been grab that cable.
Yeah, not
work your way all the way down to your gear.
yeah.
She like the first thing her leg would have went up over that cable. Grab
Yep.
the cable, get your leg up there, and
Yep.
then you could just shimmy across.
Exactly.
You're not gonna fall.
Like you're saving life in your self-preservation instinct would
Yeah.
have kicked in.
Well, what kind of annoys me is that Hal in this is just like, you dropped her.
Yeah.
It's all your fault. I'm
Hal's
like,
a
dude,
fucking dick.
you shouldn't have had her out there, you moron.
Yeah.
Like, So it's just that lack of foresight on the part of Hal. That's it's through the whole movie. I was like, it's all like, quit blaming him though.
Yeah.
You dick.
You fucking dick.
Yeah. So 8 months later, I wrote this down. The budget for this movie was $65 million.
And it made like 200 and some million.
255.
Yeah.
This was a huge movie for him.
Also, I made a note 10.5 minutes in, 10 minutes, 31 seconds. I said, is Frank okay? Because like Sarah's falling and it's a serious scene and Frank's one eye was over here and one eye was there. And he was like,
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
you need to put that in the episode. I was like, Frank, why are you smiling? What the fuck? Weird. And it was wild. It completely took me out of it because Frank's just like, ah.
He just has that kind of one weird locked expression for that whole scene, doesn't he?
And it seriously looked like he should have been in the shot but didn't make it to shooting that day, and they just like superimposed him in after. And they didn't tell him, Frank, this is a serious scene, and he's like, climbing's fun. Like, oh my God.
He was just a simple man.
Yeah.
Frank was just a simple man.
And then
Flew a helicopter on a daily basis. Well,
and then Hal being like, hold her, Gabe. Like, I hate exposition like that because, like, is Gabe going to be like, actually, no,
Yeah.
I'm not.
no,
Like,
I'm not gonna.
not necessary.
Well, what was Michael Rooker's idea? He's like, the line can't hold you. I'm gonna send out my harness.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do? She
She
can't
can't
reach. She
strap
can't
herself
climb.
in.
She's
Yeah.
not gonna reach it.
No. Like, that was
Unless he was
the
gonna put her
only
on a rope, which
option.
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That was
The
take-
only
what did you
option
say,
was
mate?
Stallone going and getting
Yeah.
her.
And man, yeah, she just should not have been up there.
Nope.
Because she wasn't. She's like, I'm trying to reach for your hand. Oh,
Yeah.
Whoops. It's falling on her head. I'm like, no. Like, she's not putting any effort in at
No.
all. So, like, you want to save herself.
Yeah.
Sarah was
So,
useless.
Bye.
8 months later. So this we get introduced to the Treasury agents and the more exposition of the story. So this is like the 12th year they've been running Unmarked bills, or out of circulation bills.
Yeah.
They're not in circulation yet. Through the air, they're taking $100 million. So this one FBI guy's like, "Hey, can this guy tag along?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, come on for the ride."
Can this guy go for a ride along?
"Hey, man, you just let us do our job. All right, you stay inside and let the professionals work." And like he's like, "Oh yeah, of course."
Yeah.
So then it's like, and then we also like instantly flash back to oh Jesus! Like it's the next line I wrote. I'm like, wait, I'm skipping ahead. He's driving past a place in the Rockies. So this was set in Colorado, and it was all shot. I think the stuff that was like the stuff that we see at this point, like him driving up to see Jesse and those two adrenaline junkies being like, "Yo, what's up?" trying to run him off the road.
The surfer dude.
I liked this though, because the one surfer guy's like, "Come jumping with us," and he's like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "Oh, that job didn't make you scared of heights, did it?" And Sylvester Stallone actually made this movie partially to get over his fear of heights.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool, I thought.
Yeah.
So it was set in Colorado. I think they shot that stuff in Colorado or near Colorado, and then everything else was shot in the Italian mountains.
Ooh.
Yes, I cannot remember
the Italian mountains.
I might have written it down. I don't think I did though.
Damn.
No. Oh, there was like electrical storms though that
Yeah.
knocked out 5 crew members.
Whoa.
And then actually struck one climber 3 separate times. Like burnt him once, and the other 2 times just kind of like knocked him back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 3 times. It's like, why the hell would you want to work? like a beautiful place, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But
you got zapped 3 times.
you signed the contract. Get up the wall. I don't want to get struck.
4th time's a charm.
Jesus, like it's wild though.
And then, okay, so when the plane jacking happens and they start shooting, I'm like, this is a pressurized cabin. What the fuck? Like that wouldn't happen. Like, a smart bad guy wouldn't be like, I'm gonna fucking pop caps in everyone's asses when we're 60,000 feet in the air.
So what does happen when you shoot a gun on an airplane? I don't know,
but probably not good, because the pressure of the gun alone, and then you're in a pressurized cabin.
Well,
like
the pressure's stabilized though, right?
But it's still under
Does
pressure.
that mean anything?
I don't know.
But the pressure is stabilized. You
Yeah,
see?
but you're still under pressure.
I'm just fucking with you.
I don't know.
Talking British.
I
Believe
feel
me if I'm British.
that's true.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
We should look it up and
look it up.
insert a little clip like right now. What would happen? There you go. So it doesn't do shit. That's weird to me.
It fires because of the pressurized cabin. It's just like firing in your atmosphere in your living room or bathroom. You just fire it off. But if you shoot a hole through the hull of the plane, it will create a small leak, and numerous more of these small leaks will cause detrimental effects. You heard it here first.
It don't do anything. You can shoot your gun in a plane and it won't do anything.
It's not like if you start firing off your weapon on a plane, it's going to like blow up like grenades.
It'll just
shoot.
repressurize.
It'll just fire. Yeah.
Fire away.
But if you start shooting holes in the walls of the plane, if you're just shooting the seats, I don't know where that actually means.
Christ.
If you're just shooting the seats, it's fine.
It's
But if you start shooting the walls or the fucking windows,
then you're gonna get blown right out.
then you've got a problem.
Then you've got a big problem. The plane's going down.
And if the plane goes down, then you can't shoot your fucking guns.
Then you go down with it.
You're going down with the plane.
You'll
Holy
be
Christ.
splattered.
Oh yeah, okay. So Travers shoots everybody.
Yeah, he's
except
like-
for the one pilot shoots the other pilot. I just remember being a kid. I was 11 when I watched this movie.
Whoa.
The first 20 minutes
I
on
know.
that plane is just kaboom, kaboom,
And
just
it's
blood.
it's not shy about the
Well,
the gore.
The one pilot just he's like, what the fuck was that? And the other pilot just under his chin.
Yeah.
And you see that, and then when all the dust settles, there's like a close up of a dude with a bullet in his a bullet hole in his forehead. I'm like, what the hell?
My 11-year-old brain.
Mom, why did you let me watch this? And over again, too. Just watch one of the movies we have downstairs. All right, fine. We're not going to Blockbuster tonight. Let's watch Cliffhanger again. Travers kills everybody. Everyone's dead. He knocks the tail cone off. Disengages the tail cone, and there's a plane with John Lithgow and Mac's dad from It's Always Sunny. And you were saying like John Lithgow was an interesting casting choice.
Yeah.
For this, but he was not the original casting choice for this. The original was Christopher Walken.
Really?
Yep. And he left set. I didn't find out why, but he left set just before they started filming. So they were like, shit, we need somebody. And they got John Lithgow. And so I guess he jumped into it with a week or even a few days notice, was just like, sure, and just got right into this role. Because it was weird watching him, like Third Rock from the Sun later on. You're like, man, and also as Dexter's dad.
Yeah.
Wait, not Dexter's dad. Dexter's friend. Yeah. I can't remember what the name of that killer was.
Nah.
But he had a family and he murdered people.
But I find it interesting that both casting choices, like Christopher Walken and John Lithgow, they chose two actors who have very specific, distinct voices that you could pick out from a room full of like 100 people.
Well, just because this character was just a cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah.
/ thief.
He didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Kill a few people, they call you a murderer. Kill a million and you're a conqueror. Go figure. So they do this heist, but there's, of course, they forget to, finish off the one FBI guy. He gets up, shoots the pilot, because the plane's on autopilot now, shoots the pilot, and then kicks the cases out, starts shooting the plane below him.
And then it explodes.
No, I'm just curious if the bullets that you fired from that gun in the plane, how, say, 100 feet above the other plane, maybe
if they'd
maybe 70 feet,
go straight there, if they
because they're going at like 400 miles an hour.
I feel like it wouldn't go straight on, because if you're shooting a gun anywhere, it's like,
I just don't think it would hit that plane at all.
No,
I think it would but there's also this, like, a body at rest will stay at rest, and a body in motion will stay in motion till in motion.
A body a roasting will stay a roasting.
A body in motion will stay in motion until it's acted on by an equal or lesser force, or something like equal or greater force, or something like that. So if let's say you're on a train going 100 miles an hour, it's the speed of a bullet. If you shoot a bullet, that bullet's going to travel at the speed of a bullet relative to your speed. So it's still going to go as fast as it would away from you.
Yeah.
But the thing you're on is travel. So it's fucking weird. But where the hell was I going with this?
Shooting the bullets from the plane down to the plane.
Yeah. So it might travel a certain distance at the same like trajectory until it hits a certain distance, and then it would like veer off or something. But I thought that was weird. I'm like, nah. And like an Uzi, you're not that good of a shot with an Uzi from that far.
And you're injured. Like,
you get shot 3 times.
Yeah.
Guy should be dead. Oh, the guy that did the Travers going from one plane to the other, that stuntman got paid $1 million to do that. No safety gear, no parachute, $1 million to fucking zip line from one plane to another at like, I think they did it at like 10,000 feet or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe they actually did that.
Well, he had to like sign all sorts of paperwork.
You can't sue us. Can't sue us.
Because they're like, we can't do that. And he's like, fuck it. $1 million.
Whoa.
$1 million for one stunt.
He's like,
That's worth my life.
Wow, shit. Just think, like, you're like, man, I've done everything. I've had a great career, and I got no family counting on me. Maybe no kids, no wife. And he's like, fucking $1 million. $1 million. I do this one stunt, and I'm set for life. If I fucking die, I die. But if he's like, I trust my gear, and I trust these pilots, and I trust that they can make this happen for 15 to 20 seconds. Fuck $1 million. $1 million to do something like that. And just imagine, because like being that stuntman, you're like, yeah, I zipline from a plane to a plane, no parachute or anything else.
$1 million.
It's pretty badass. And all
Yeah.
the stuntmen are like, fuck, this guy. I hate this guy. Doing the talk show rounds. So yeah, that was wild. So yeah, then the plane goes down. They crash, and the crash looked pretty
Real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't look fake at all.
No.
And like even when they almost slide off the edge of the cliff, you're like, damn,
I know.
they're hanging off that cliff.
Everything in this movie that was done looked like it was real. Whether it was done by the actors or the stuntmen, like it looked like it was being done. And I appreciate that.
Except for I think the helicopter at the end
Yeah.
was, I read something about like that set lighting on fire or something when they burnt that helicopter. I don't know. I might have to double check that one.
God.
But right before the dude with the Uzi starts blasting, his one line is, "You fuck." I love it. You fuck. I just like once I learned how to swear and watched that movie again, I was like, you fuck. Did you notice in this movie at any point where people actually looked like they were cold?
No. Nope. Even when they took like Stallone's jacket away.
Yeah.
No.
His short sleeve shirt.
Yeah, and he went through an avalanche.
Climbing in his boots.
But if they shot on location, like how were people not cold?
Mm-hmm. At no point did I see anybody just like.
Maybe they had like crazy ass like warmers inside their costume.
Well, yeah, they must have. But I mean, just even as the characters.
Yeah, you should be cold.
Yeah, the characters should have at least been a little shivery.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody's getting some frostbite.
Yeah.
You know, where their second pair of gloves is someone else is using them.
Yeah.
That's just one thing that bugged me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Stallone at one point after he climbed out that waterfall in his boots with no ice axe and bust into that thing, and he's like, okay, he looked cold.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time even
But
when he fell in the water, he didn't seem cold.
No.
He's like, I'm fine, I'm gonna chill out here.
I know, falls in the ice water, like
That scene too,
that's my fear.
So they get on the radio they get
Hal.
Yeah. Was it Hal? Yeah, Hal. Rocky Mountain Rescue, come in.
Rocky Mountain Rescue.
Feeds him a story that
He needs insulin.
We need insulin.
And he's like, would you have thought of that?
Caressing her face.
I know.
Creepily.
And her name was Crystal.
Crystal.
Crystal, spelled Kristel.
Do you think it was?
It was. I looked up at
really?
IMDb. Yeah.
Crystal with a K.
And an EL. Crystal.
That drives me nuts when you meet someone. You're like, what's your name? It's Megan. I'm like, how do you spell it?
MAEG, a silent 5 HAEN.
I had them all except for the silent 5. We're like, how do you spell it? Is it MEGAN? It's MGAN. God.
Magan.
Ignorance. It's Megan.
My
My name is Megan. So now the bad guys have them, and they're showing them. They take a map, and they hold it up to this weird-looking VR Virtual Boy style gaming tracker system. He just takes the map and goes, "This is where our cases are." And then all of a sudden, there's this little 3D map in there. I'm like, "Oh, that's a pretty cool thing." And it's like boop boop boop, it's beeping on all three, and they're like, "Do you recognize these locations?"
It's like, yeah, I recognize that mountain.
You're talking to your microphone.
You're like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you gotta do.
like,
Look at this thing.
yeah, like, sure, I recognize this, like, peak on a graph. Like, fuck.
Well, we're led to believe that Hal and
No,
Gabe
the coordinates.
know the mountains like better than anyone.
I
You know,
guess.
like the back of your hand. But I'm like, if you're looking at how did this little eye cover scanner thing
Pick up.
scan a map of a mountain and just go, boop, boop, boop. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, like,
This is 93. Shit ain't that high tech.
no.
But they're like, they know where they are, though. They're like, oh, yeah, totally. Like, you know what that is? Yeah, I know what that is. You know, it's like,
Great.
listen, gentlemen, I could just shoot you both. Like, huh? Like, and then he's like, finally the gun comes out. He's like, yeah, we know where they are. Come on, bro.
And then he's like, okay, go get it.
And so, yeah, we cut to them getting the first case. They're on this little cliff walking through the, it looks freezing.
Yeah. And they're
Freezing
just
cold.
like,
It's just, it's blustery. Wearing, like, no neck warmer, no toque.
nope.
Like, we live in Canada. It gets cold.
Yeah, even here on the island where we don't get snow every year, or we barely get snow, like it is fucking cold.
I've been here for 3 good dumpings of snow. One being that February
Yeah,
20.
that
That
last
would be
year.
2019. Yeah. And then another one, 2017, where I left my car parked at the Nanaimo airport for 2 weeks for work and came back, and I was like, where the hell? Like, everything was just buried in snow. My car had this much snow on it. Just
Holy
drifted right
shit.
up. Took like, there was a family of rabbits living underneath it. Had to rock it out.
Aw.
We didn't kill them, though.
No.
They all of a sudden, I started my car, and Buddy's like, holy shit! There's rabbits everywhere. He's like, oh, okay, cool.
You're like, hello, family.
That was a cool drive home. Just going through the Malahat, no other cars, just high beams on, just snow just coming down. I was like, man, doing
That
like
would've been-
40K an hour. I'm like, no rush.
Nope.
And then it's crazy. You come into Victoria, it's just rain. I'm like, what the hell?
No, you're like,
Weird place
what a
we live in.
ripoff. We have separate like municipal climate biomes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Brentwood's in its own little bubble.
Same with Dean Park and Sydney.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
Okay, so yeah, they send him up. He's like, I need my bolt gun and ice axe. Like, nope, you can't do that. Oh, take his jacket too. Hey, tie a rope around his foot while you're at it. Like, holy shit. And he's in boots.
Mm-hmm.
You can't climb in boots. So I remember watching this as a kid thinking like, yeah, this is badass. Because like every hold he gets is just a perfect jug. He's just, oh yeah, go in there. Oh, here's a nice ledge to hang off of. There's no like, oh, a little tiny crimp here. There's a 2-finger crimp there. No, none of that shit. And it's freezing.
Yeah.
And there's even like, he's climbing up ice with no axe. You can't do that.
And then he gets up there, and then John Lithgow's like, we only need one guide. And then Hal is like, don't come back, they're gonna fucking kill you.
And they just start shooting. It's like, so now, well, this was my qualm with this. Was like, he's like, once he comes down, get rid of him. I'm like, did you expect him to carry that $30 million down with him
Yeah.
too? Like, he climbed up there with a rope tied around his foot. You're not going to let him untie that.
Yeah.
How do you expect to get this money? Like, you can't climb with a case.
No.
You can't even climb it like you wear your truck bag around your waist.
And also, like, they tied a rope around his ankle and they couldn't see him when he got up on that ledge. Like, what made them think he won't untie this rope?
Whoa, what made them think that, oh, he found the money?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
what
true.
What if he's just standing there like, oh, man,
Looking for it.
how am I going to do this next section of the wall?
Yeah. Yeah.
they had no idea. So that was just silly. Like no.
Yeah.
Lithgow, you're a terrible bad guy. if
Yeah,
that's your
come
thought.
on.
So I love this. He chucks the case off in the avalanche because all the shooting and grenade launching
Yeah.
set off an avalanche. Like, weird, right? And he throws the $30 million case off the ledge and it explodes. And Lithgow's like, your friend just had the most expensive funeral in history, which is wrong.
Yeah.
And he should know this because Alexander the Great in 323 BC, someone spent $600 million on his. Wait, let's double check that.
Wow.
Yeah, $600 million on his funeral.
Holy shit.
So in your face, Stallone
Yeah.
or Gabe.
6 million. Come on, Gabe.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that's true. There's more.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
$600 million.
There's been some expensive funerals out there,
I bet.
like tens of millions of dollars. I'm like,
I know a dirt poor funeral.
just throw me in a bonfire, collect the ashes, and
Yeah.
spread them in the field somewhere. Apparently, you can't just spread ashes
Nope.
anywhere.
You cannot.
Why? Like, I can understand not wanting to spread them in an Olive Garden, but I mean, why can't I just go spread them in the forest somewhere? Like, I want to help fertilize the trees.
There's a professional way you can do that
Yeah.
where
That costs money.
yeah, true.
Yeah, we'll get rid
Just
of your
bury
ashes.
my body
for
in the
money.
forest and leave a note that says this is not a murder.
Yeah. Well, it looks extra suspicious there, boss. Yeah,
This
but
is not a murder, I swear.
well, she said it wasn't a murder. So.
Well, the note checks out.
yeah, it corroborates the story.
Yeah.
Let her go. What are we gonna do with his body? No, I like the idea of while we're on the topic of burials. What were we? Someone cremated. Why? Expensive funeral. Jesus Christ. Like, what the hell was I thinking of? Yeah, so after that.
Then he cuts the rope and escapes.
Yeah, so Jessie gets dropped off, and she climbs up to meet him to the one spot where he might show up. And he's climbing like a waterfall.
Yeah.
A fully frozen waterfall with no axe and just his crampons, like just the little spiky things on the front of his, I think that's what they're called. Little spiky things on the front of his boots.
And then somehow, like, I didn't understand him and Jessie conveniently meeting at that house.
Because she said, Frank, please fly me up here because blah, blah, blah. This is the nearest place that he would go to if he were in trouble. That's why he's like, oh. And then she's like, I'll buy one of your paintings. I'll buy the banana eating the monkey.
Yeah.
You fucking weirdo.
I know, Frank. What the fuck
It's
is
nature
wrong
in
with you?
reverse. See, Frank was just a simple man.
That
Frank
isn't
was
simple.
just a simple man. With simple activities and simple tastes. Well, yeah.
Not simple.
No.
A banana eating a monkey is not simple.
Wow, he painted it very crudely.
Yeah.
It was bad. But yeah, so she gets dropped off up there, and they meet up there. I don't know why. It's weird how your brain makes memories because for some reason Jesse's line in this next scene just sticks in my head and has since I was like 11.
What?
Fake? What do you mean it was fake? Just the way she delivers that line where he's like, the distress call was a fake because he's actually cold.
Yeah.
And she's like, smash. Fake? What do you mean it was fake? Just the way, I don't know. It's stupid. It's so stupid. But that's just one thing that's just just pops in my head every once in a while randomly.
Fake.
It's her just,
fake.
fake? What do you mean it was fake? Like just the way, there's not like,
Interesting.
fake?
What
do you mean it was fake?
She's like, fake.
Like there's no comprehension. There's just like, fake? What do you mean it was fake? Like, okay.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's so random. It's so random.
Yeah, that just stuck with you.
Yeah. A lot of this movie did. That's why I watched it intently. You know, I got up a couple times but I was like, I know what's gonna happen here. So because this next scene is they get to the case quicker than everyone else. And I thought about this for a minute. I was like, how did it get so fast? And I'm like, because no, Hal is taking the long way around because he knows the mountains better than anyone else. So that's where this starts to make sense. You're like, oh, that's how they got there quicker. Because you know damn well Hal's like not going to take him to the case as fast as he can. So he's like, oh, I know which path to take him on here. They won't notice.
Okay, I didn't think about that. That's smart.
Right before that, too, is Travers is like, no, this looks like the long way around. Let's go here. He goes, well, there's the quickest way is up here, up the south face, but there's only 12 guys in the world that can do it. You want to try it? And he's like, kind of grumbles and keeps on going. So I think that, like, even that, like, he's probably like, oh, we could have went up there. But I'll just tell him that it was this unclimbable face, and they're never going to question it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like, as an adult, I watched it and went, oh, shit, that's actually really, really clever. Like, really clever. And then it makes sense. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, because Stallone just had to climb up here and then go there and meet her. And she was like, there's hours that went by. And I'm like, how did he get there quicker? And then I'm like, oh, Hal's totally doing that on purpose. Okay, this makes sense. He's working with them. Okay. Because he has enough time to find the case, put all the money into one bag. I don't know how $30 million fits in one bag. Oh, wait.
And
hold
then create
on.
a snowman.
Quick side note, rewind to when he finds the first case full of money, smashes it open with a rock, and he goes, damn. And he flips through it. Did you notice the fake bills?
Yeah, all those bills look fake.
Yeah, there's like one top bill, and then there's just flat white paper underneath.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, you couldn't even try shooting it again, or maybe
Yep.
tape that down or something. It's just, as soon as you see it, you're like, it doesn't even look real. Anyway, flashback to the other one. And they have time to put all the money in a bag, $30 million, and build a snowman, a really decent looking snowman, in a spot where the snow didn't really seem sticky enough to stack like that. So I remember when I first saw it, I thought maybe it's built around a tree stump because that would have been awesome.
Oh.
Put it near.
I love how you put so much thought into this.
I absolutely did. Because like I'm an adult now and I'm like, oh man, just because like Travis is like, God damn it, Bucky Walker. And he just winds up and clocks that snowman. And just imagine if he was like, ah, and hit a tree stump, which is like, oh, busted his arm, just fucked him right up. It'd be awesome. So Ryan puts on some night vision goggles.
Oh, yeah.
And chases them down because for some reason they're just like taking their time, dilly-dallying away.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, it seemed like enough time went by they could have been leagues
long
away
gone.
Yeah.
And then Sylvester Stallone's like, give me a flare. And like blinds him.
Then they slide for 40 seconds.
It was that long?
40 seconds.
Oh
I
my
timed
God.
it. As soon as they started sliding, I was like, Yep. Enough time to like
Damn.
beat on him here, reverse the roles, beat on him a little bit, mash his face into the snow and cut it up. And then like swing with his axe and save himself. 40-second slides. That's a
lot.
huge ramp.
Yeah.
That's a huge hill because they were going at a pretty good speed.
Yeah.
Now just think, he has to like climb up that after.
Oh.
He has to walk up that just to get back to Jesse.
Right. Nope.
Like there's so much. They're on a mountain. Like we go hiking around here. Walking up a mountain is hard.
Yep.
In the snow.
Oh, with not the proper equipment, and he doesn't have a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way too hard. Just be exhausted by the time you got to the top. It'd be impossible to like fight anybody after that.
Yeah, and then after you got to the top, that's so much energy expended. Like, there's no way they'd make it to the second or the last case as quickly.
Yeah.
Like,
So we cut to a shot where Sylvester Stallone and Jesse are like, we gotta get some sleep, blah blah blah. We got a big day tomorrow, and they're just burning money. I'm like, that's awesome.
yeah,
That's so awesome. Like it's like because later on that Leon dude, the black guy, was just like a murderer.
Yeah.
just wanted
just
to kill people.
yeah,
Is like, it amazes me in this day and age when a man will burn money for himself and his bitch. I'm like, why would that amaze you? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, we're in a mountain. It's a flammable material. I'm gonna burn this money. Like, it's
Yeah.
not my money. I'm
No.
not gonna burn all of it. It's $30 million.
yeah.
I'm gonna burn a couple. I'm gonna burn 10, maybe 20. The hell, man.
I know. Like,
It just seemed
you
really,
do it too, dummy. If it were like you freezing to death or you burning some of your shit ton of money to survive, but still have money left over, you do that.
That scene's actually like right here because we had the Bat Cave next. Where
The rabies cave.
Yeah, and this what always kind of made me laugh about the scene is that it would have been fine had Stallone not yelled. Because like she's like, oh my God. He's like, Jesse, don't move. And she goes, let's get out of here. And he just goes, no, and just
And fucks them both over.
yeah, just wakes up every bat. She's like, let's get out of here. And all the bats are like, oh, you guys hear something? And all of a sudden, no! Fuck, they're just freaking out.
Yeah. Oh my God. The
I was just-
decision-making process.
I just thought, why did you scream?
Yeah.
She just went, no.
Especially because the bats are like, they use like echolocation and stuff, so that loud ass noise,
Yeah.
woke them up, B scared them, and they're like, I'm deaf. Fuck.
Where'd that sound come from? Let's fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after this, they climb up the ice cave, and he's going to set the anchor point, but Leon has waited, and he hears him coming up from behind him. He's like, oh, yeah, I got you now. So Stallone's like, nope, dropping back into the cave,
Yep.
hurting him, like just falling. It would just hurt so much.
I know.
And then Leon comes down and just fucks him up. Like,
Yeah, it's intense fight.
solid body shots and
Yeah.
just like jump kicks to the ribs.
Yeah, like it wasn't one of those stereotypical fights where the good guy and the bad guy are like outmatched and the good guy is way stronger and like more overpowered and the fight's like 2 seconds. It was actually like blow for blow. Yeah, it was just
It was a beating.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a beating. And then he shoulder pressed him into a stalactite, not a stalagmite, which was pretty awesome.
Which is the top, which is the bottom?
Stalactite comes down, stalagmites go up. So he shoulder pressed him into a stalactite.
Oh,
It was just crazy. Like 11 years old, Katie. 11. I'm watching this.
and
like,
oh my
yeah,
God.
this is so
You're
awesome.
like, yeah, get him.
I turned out okay.
that's true.
It's not the violence
not-
in the movies.
Or video games.
I only kill sometimes. Only the bad people.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Not that weird.
Yet.
Oh yeah, this is when they get the rope. So I think at some point in here, hold on, have the two kids been killed? Oh yeah,
Yeah, the two surfers.
that's where I wrote down.
One was killed and one was wounded.
wounded. I wrote down Leon is a straight murderer because as soon as those two kids started walking up, he's like, just let him go, man. He could have just been like, yeah, just go.
No,
get out
but
of here.
he was like, no, I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah, he just gives them the signal. He's like, they're gonna kill you, and then just slow motion with the Uzi, grabs another gun, like, give me another one. I don't even want to reload.
Like
He goes after the other guy. I'm like, what, man? So Lithgow just hired straight murderers.
yeah, like
like,
not
I want-
even like he should have just hired like burglars,
Well, that's
thieves.
what I was thinking.
Because that's their job. That's the job they're doing.
Yeah. If you're gonna rob a bank's cargo plane,
Yeah.
get people who are get thieves.
Yeah,
Hire
don't get fucking
murderers.
murderers. They
It's
only
like-
know how to do one thing.
Yeah, it was like
And not that well because they're caught.
was it Mr. Pink and Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah.
Chopping ears off.
No,
Pink.
Mr.
That was,
Yellow.
No,
No. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde.
Mr.
Mr. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde. Mr.
Miss-
Pink was Buscemi.
That's right.
Mr. Blonde was the one that chopped off the cop's ear and was like, "Is this thing on?"
Hello.
Hello. Oh, yikes.
Tap 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 tap. Tap 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 tap. So they are so they've shot those guys. Blah blah blah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah, they-
Frank comes.
They get because they're setting the C4. They're like,
Mhm.
okay, well, Leon didn't kill him. We're setting the C4. Sets the C4, but Hal gets on the radio and was like, they're going to kill you. There's a bomb above your head. Get out of there. And so they get
Hal to the rescue like twice.
they get this old-ass rope. 60 years. He's like, it's
Yeah.
60 years old. It's going to hold. Don't think so. Rip it in half and tie it together. I'm like, I wouldn't trust that thing.
No.
They have to trust it with she's got to be like, I don't know, 130 pounds.
Yeah.
He's like,
Two.
a solid 210 at
Yeah.
least. So that's a lot of weight for that rope. And they like swing.
And it's strong.
Ah,
yeah.
but at what point did he tie it to his waist? Because he didn't. He didn't clip onto that thing.
No.
Because there's a point where he's swinging, and then all of a sudden he's like, he's reaching with both hands. I'm going, what are you squeezing it between your legs? Like,
He's like clenching his ass cheeks on it.
standing on Jessie's head, like, she's just, what the fuck? Arms are getting pulled out of her sockets, like,
Oh
but
my
he's just,
God.
I'm like, how?
I almost got
You
it.
didn't tie it to your harness. Not like you got to the bottom of it and they were like, hold on, give me your end. Just hang on the wall for a second. No. So that was just a completely unbelievable
Yeah.
scene. It was cool, though. Like, I remember being a kid being like, yeah, this is awesome. I watch it now. I'm like, what the fuck's he holding on to? This is bullshit. And adults at that point were like, yeah, that's totally realistic. He's
Oh my
just
God.
Superman in the last bit. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, honey, I'm out of here. Yeah, so this gets us to Frank. Frank.
Good old Frank.
Yeah, poor guy. He didn't do anything. He
I
didn't,
know.
nothing wrong with this. Did nothing wrong in this movie.
Except like, ha! When Sarah was dying in the
Yeah.
beginning.
So he just gets murked for no reason and by
Yeah.
these stone cold psychos.
And Crystal was like upset about it.
Christelle.
Crystal.
Yes, nobody told you to shoot. And he's like, we've wasted enough time. We've wasted enough time.
Like, okay.
Like what? Why? It's like my turn. It's my turn to kill him.
Yeah,
It's
like
you psychos.
it's
Psychos.
my turn.
You killed the last guy. Ugh.
Ugh, you
Leon
killed that
got us-
blonde hippie.
Leon got his try. He killed one. He went off the other one. That's already like 2-0. So,
So then they're in the helicopter.
yes. And wait.
And Jesse's climbing and she sees the helicopter and thinks it's Frank. So she's like,
Well, there's the exploding bridge first.
right.
Yeah, they're running across the bridge, and there's like the classic, like, oh no, it's gonna blow up. Run. Boom. See that with both hands makes sense.
Mhm.
On the rope doesn't make sense.
No.
So yeah,
Unless he has it in between his ass cheeks.
it's in his ass cheeks, wrapped around his nuts, through the cheeks, and around 1 foot. He's like,
Oh my god.
did it all in one movement.
Zoinks.
Wow.
Oh.
Just catches the nuts.
I don't even have those and that hurt me.
Yeah, he says that he's going to. Oh no, this is where they're like, okay, now we're gonna go find the third case, and
Yeah.
they're like, no, it ain't gonna happen. We have enough fuel to get out of here. And he's like, no, okay, fuck you, Quaylen, blah blah blah. Pulls a gun on him, and
Yeah.
then he's like, oh well,
Oh, really?
what if something happens to the pilot? Do you know what real love is, Crystal?
Oh.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Just
fucking
fucking
kills her.
murders her. Like,
I was like, whoa, this guy seriously does not care about anything
No.
except this 30 million.
So he's like, I'm the only one that can fly us out of here.
Yeah.
Now take your toy and get my money.
Get my money
Get me
now.
my 30 million.
It's my money and I want it now.
Figure at this point, you're like, well, there's no chance of us getting it. This Walker guy's
No.
already got the first 60.
Yeah, just get out while you can.
Yeah, like, let's just take the chopper,
Yeah.
get to the chopper, get out of here. The Bitker ladder. The ladder.
Oh,
is
yeah,
silent.
the like thin metal ladder.
That would be spooky climbing that.
Yeah, against a cliff, I would not.
So when Frank died, Hal ran over to him and Frank passed him a knife. He was like,
Right.
yeah, put a knife in his boot. He takes a whooping from this soccer douche. And for like, no, I'm like, did you just forget?
Yeah.
You have a knife?
You have a knife,
Do you just
dude.
not want to fight back at all?
Maybe he's like, I don't want to stoop to their level.
Oh, defend yourself. Like, Buddy's winding up for like 3 steps where he's like, throwing kicks. He's waiting till he's hanging off a cliff with one hand, and he's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like-
stabs him in the calf.
And then he like shoots him in. Okay, it looks like he shoots him in the dick.
Oh, he probably does.
Yeah, he's probably like,
Season's over, asshole. Yeah, that's like right. It's somewhere in this region here. It
Yeah.
probably gets everything.
ooh.
I said do it quietly. Because the next scene is Travers looking for his third case.
And
And
then
this is-
he has a tracker on the rabbit.
Yeah, and I told you earlier that Stallone paid $150,000 of his own money to have the scene reshot because in the original, the bunny got shot, and test audience were like so taken
Yeah.
aback by it. He's
They
like,
were
damn,
like, no, you
they're gonna
don't
shoot the
involve a
scene
rabbit.
again." Shooting after the rabbit, he makes a call to Quaylen. He's like, I'm fucking done. This is bullshit. I shouldn't have shacked up with you. I'm gonna go on my last official manhunt.
Yeah, and then he's like saying his name over the radio, and Quaylen's like, shut the fuck up. This isn't a private line.
Shut your mouth, you stupid bastard.
Yeah, you stupid bastard.
Bastard.
And then he's like, I don't care, Eric Quaylen.
The FBI's like, hey, that sounds like Travers.
Yeah.
Get a beat on that frequency. Get a beat on it.
And then Travis and Stallone start fighting,
Well, okay.
and my worst fear is
He's
realized.
walking across this bridge. All right, he's walking across the bridge. He walks to the little crossroads, the little T. Hangs a left. Now in the shot where he's walking across the first bridge, you look under this bridge, there's nothing there. Nothing there. There's nowhere a person could hide. And then he gets to the intersection and turns left, and all of a sudden he takes 3 steps, and it's like, bah! Was he standing like directly under the T, just hoping like, I hope
Yeah,
I
go
hope-
left.
I hope he doesn't do that and see me. Like,
He's like, just turn fucking left. Just
Yeah,
please.
just don't look down here. He's just waiting. Sees footprints all over. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't make sense. But then, yeah, so you have a fear of falling under ice.
Yeah. I didn't realize I still had this fear. I had this fear growing up in Alberta because we have a lot of lakes and lots of freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And we would spend like winters at the lake house sometimes too. And like we would always, when the ice is at its thickest and we would like drill a hole and see how thick it was, we would like ski-doos were on the ice
Mm-hmm.
and we'd go like tobogganing on the ice and you know.
Oh, yeah.
But there was always, you know, my grandparents would always be like, never go on the ice without like someone checking how thick it is because you could fall under and get trapped. And I like never understood. I was like, but how? Like you fall in, you just get back out. And then they're like, no, like if you fall in, you're disoriented, you're like thrashing around and I'm like, this is going to happen to me.
Well, you can usually, like, I went ice fishing with my a couple of my family members when I was home a couple years ago. And as long as it's been like minus 30 for a month,
Yeah.
and you just
You're
ask
good.
someone like, people ice fishing? Yeah, well, lakes are good, sweet.
Yeah.
You're usually all right. You don't like drill a hole in there. Like, well, it's 1 foot 8 inches today.
Ooh. But yeah,
But yeah, you just don't go on there when spring hits. You're like,
so
"Ah, just
scary.
stay off the ice. The lake's gonna thaw.
Yeah. Ooh.
So yeah, he shoots him. He's like, again, classic bad guy mistake. He's got him under the ice. He's
I
like,
know.
yeah, got you dead to rights, Walker. I win. You
Yeah.
lose. As he like comes to the clear spot, he's like, pulls out his bolt gun and just boom, 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 just lets off 3 of them. Oh man, how much would it hurt your eyes opening your eyes in a frozen river?
Probably extremely. More than opening them in chlorine.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah.
You know, not to mention the cold shock. He seemed pretty composed for being underwater.
I know.
Just like, I got this.
Like, that would be
Hold
a
on.
shock to the system, especially coming out of the water in your cold surrounding. Like,
He was doing Wim Hof breathing when he was waiting under that bridge. Fully in, well, let it go. Fully in, let it go. Anyway, so then he blasts out through the ice. Hal comes running up. He's like, yeah. And then this is where Jessie comes to the top of the mountain. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, Frank. And
And
just,
I'm like, Jesse, no. Jesse, no.
don't do it.
And then Quaylen picks her. Yeah, he just points his gun, and she's like, all right, I'll get in.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, did she follow him to a landing pad, like, or did he just come close and she was like, oh,
And
fucking
she hops in.
keep it steady.
Yeah, like,
I was my first question.
how
like,
does
why?
one kidnap someone when they're in a helicopter?
All she'd have to do is just
Scale
run a little
down a
bit,
mountain.
just turn a little bit, go
Yeah.
this way, like just be a moving target. He's not gonna start shooting through the window
No.
of a helicopter.
No.
He's just gonna get real frustrated. Maybe try turning sideways and shooting out the back door.
Yeah.
But then again, he's gonna be like that. That would just be insane.
No, like, there's no feasible way that, like, he didn't have the upper hand.
Mm-mm. It's a Desert Eagle, so he only has 8 rounds.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's fired it at all. No, he shot Crystal.
Yeah.
So he has 7 rounds in it.
And then, yeah, they radio, and he's like, I have something of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Meet me here. And I was like, how did they climb so fast? Like, Lithgow's in a helicopter, so obviously he's going to be there first. But how in, like, minutes did they get there? Like, even
Yeah.
if they were close, like, it would still probably take an hour or half an hour of climbing.
Well, Stallone was near Bitker Ladder because that's where he climbed up to the top of. So
Yeah.
then he said, take him to the nearest part near Bitker Ladder. So tell her to take
yeah.
you exactly where I just was or am close to.
Oh, right,
yeah, 'cause
right.
that wasn't far from where he killed Travers.
Yeah.
So that I think is what he did. But still, he moves around. They move around a mountain so damn fast in this entire movie. It's
know.
like, no, it doesn't make sense. And nobody's eating.
Nope.
Oh, except for the bad guys. They ate like a Cliff Bar or something. I don't think Stallone's eating.
No, not at all. Unless he ate that rabbit.
Eat the rabbit's family.
Yeah.
You have children. I eat your children.
And then they're organizing, like, the trade-off for Jesse and the money.
No, that's right. Yeah, because he shows up and he's like, toss it in. He's like, nope. Oh, I love
Drop
this-
her off.
I love this line though. I must admit you're a real piece of work. Yeah, and I must admit you're a real piece of
Shit.
Over.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it up or I'll kill her.
And he's like, no, drop her off.
You do it and the money's gone. Yeah, drop her off. I love the audio syncing. Over there. Just like, it sounds perfect. He's like, over there.
Over there, yeah.
Like, no, you wouldn't have heard that. Would have been like, over there.
And then, so he drops her off, and then he throws the money into the rotors of the helicopter, and it looked like it was shredding a giant bag of Coke. Like, it was just
Yeah, there
white
wasn't a lot
powder.
of powder in there.
And I'm like,
They're not that powerful.
no,
It's like a giant.
it didn't
paper shredder.
eviscerate. Yeah. And then Lithgow's like, nah, no.
He hooks the cable onto the ladder and jumps down tries to run away.
Yeah, like,
ends up jumping down the ladder. I'm like, why would you just pull him as far as you could the other direction?
yeah.
But he was trying to use the rotor to kill him. I've seen it done in like Grand Theft Auto, but I don't know if you can do it in real life. I think that's they just hit the ground and
Mythbusters?
yeah, bust that myth, fellas. They're not doing that show anymore, are they? They're doing since quarantine. I know the one guy, Adam, has been doing 1-day builds. He'll be like, I need a new poker table for poker night tomorrow, or 36 hours or something. He's like, I'm gonna build it all night and all day.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
it's crazy. But I digress. Yeah, so he jumps down the ladder, catches on, like, man, and falling and catching yourself like that. We were talking
that
about in
you
Ninja
like
Turtles.
yank out something for
Yeah,
sure.
Your shoulders would
Dislocate.
pop.
Yeah.
Like even jumping like a foot or two, you're like, whoop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. So I loved the dummy, the straight up dummy on the toy on the ladder in that helicopter scene where he's like trying to, like you see like Stallone's like bah, bah, and the wide shots just
Yeah, flapping around.
legs kicking up. The knees don't bend like that. But then that crashes and they fight on the belly of a helicopter.
I know. It's upside down and they're fighting.
But I like it because it's not a long fight. It's not drawn out. It's to the point. He just, he gets a little bit beat up. And he's like, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. And we're going off together. And then he just gets a hold of him and starts booting him and just gives him a good one-liner.
Mm-hmm.
And then he crashes and explodes.
Yeah, and the helicopter falls on top of him.
If you're looking for Quaylen, I'd look about 4,000 feet south there. It'll be the one wearing a helicopter.
Yeah, wearing a helicopter. And then they're all like hanging on the mountain waiting to be picked up.
This I wrote down, and the movie just directly begins the exact same way the first one did.
Yep.
It's like Cliffhanger 2, still climbing. And it's just like all of a sudden, like, yeah, we're gonna have to do a cable rescue, and it just goes right into like what are we doing up here? The hell?
But yeah, I forgot how in the 90s, like movies just abruptly ended.
Yeah, it was like that was the end credits. I was like, whoa,
yeah,
what?
like they're waiting to get
Cool.
picked up, and then it was like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Not Jurassic Park, but it was like cliffhanger theme, Stallone,
What did you think of the soundtrack from '93?
What soundtrack?
See, again, it was another
It was like sound.
yeah, was it sound? Like there was
like like
it's
mood
orchestral.
beats.
That's what I'm
yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
orchestral rather than actual songs. I think there was one song at the start, but I can't remember.
Maybe.
But I gave this movie 7.5 dead teddy bears out of 10 4,000-foot drops because it was well acted, well directed. It was well acted for the most part.
Yeah,
Well directed. It was a cool storyline for being 93.
that's true.
And like how are they going to do a heist? How are they going to do a bank robbery? And how are they going to tie mountain climbing into it?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it like this. And it was shot well, mostly. Yeah, I thought it was shot well and edited well. And, it wasn't like blow me away.
No.
So that's why it doesn't get the other 2.5 dead teddy bears.
I gave this 5 cocaine money bags that are shredded out of 10 60-year-old ropes. Because, like, I appreciated that it was shot on site, on location. I appreciated that everything seemed and like was real and there wasn't any like shitty CGI or that type of thing. It was like I agree it was well acted and well shot, and I really appreciated how it was so simplistic. It was a heist movie and they tied in climbing, and it took place in the Rockies. Like, that was it. And it was just one location, essentially. It wasn't bouncing around. But it really struggled to hold my attention. And
that's
2.5 hours long. What the fuck?
2.5. What?
It was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Hour 52.
No.
Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't 2 hours and 20 minutes long.
It felt like that.
Because
then.
I checked. I was like, 152. I thought it was like
Oh.
140 something. Yeah.
It felt like 2 hours.
So you
Well, it
watched,
was
you
2
watched
hours.
the same
It
copy
felt like
as me.
It felt like 2.5 hours.
That was not that long.
That's a fault. It felt like 2.5 hours.
Oh, that was Cliffhanger. So now I get to draw.
Oh my God.
I get to draw for the next movie. Oh, and while I'm picking this, Rosa Graham, comic from Victoria, wants to come join us
Woo!
in July. When
So
she's back.
sweet!
So I don't know what movie we're going to do.
Rosa. Let's guest pick.
Okay, here we go. Doodle-doo. Ghost Ship.
Yes!
What is Ghost Ship?
Yes! Okay, it was one of the very first horror movies I watched when I was a kid, and it has Juliana Margulies starring in it. It also has Keith Urban, not Keith Urban,
Like,
Carl Urban.
okay.
And
Nice.
it's this scavenging, treasure hunting crew. This guy hires them because there's this huge ship that is floating in international waters, and they go to, there's apparently a shit ton of gold bars on it, so they go and they're gonna be rich, but the ship is haunted. And the opening scene, like, I still cannot be anywhere near fucking wires. No. It's so bad, it's good.
I think I may have seen it. I'm not 100% sure, but
It's like early 2000s too. I'm so excited.
And I'm interested to have a conversation about haunting. I got some questions.
Yes.
We'll bring them up next episode. Thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah.
If you're watching, thanks for watching.
Mm-hmm.
If you like what we're doing here, like it and subscribe to it. And if not, then fuck you. Just kidding. You watched it, so fuck you anyway. Yeah, that's been our show. Bye everybody.
Bye.
This is Real Garbage.